Arsenal are ninth on the table. They have won 13, drawn 14, and lost 9. They are 40 points behind the champions Liverpool, for crying out loud. They came in this match after a 2-1 defeat at Spurs. So how the hell Arsenal defeated Liverpool? In this video, we'll take a look. Starting off with the lineup for both the teams, Arsenal set up a 3-4-3 formation with Damian Martinez as the goalkeeper, Rob Holding, David Luiz and Kieran Tierney with 3 at the back. The 4 in the middle were Cedric Soares, Torreira, Xhaka and Reece Nelson, while Pepe, Lacazette and Saka the forward 3. Liverpool were the usual lineup with just Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain coming in for the injured captain Henderson. So Liverpool needed a win to keep their run for 100 points going. They had a decent game with 67% of the ball possession, 13 corners and 24 shots on goal to Arsenal's just 3, out of which they scored 2. Although Arteta called this win lucky and says that Arsenal are, if not years, but months behind Liverpool. So let's talk the tactics. Liverpool's build-up play started from the back. They had their fullbacks advanced and tried to progress through the central areas. Now Arsenal, instead of letting them penetrate, pressed them with Lacazette being the most advanced guy. He pressed Fabinho and shadowed him everywhere when Liverpool wanted a build-up. Lacazette had a great game both offensively and defensively. His pressure up front didn't let Liverpool play through Fabinho in the middle, while Pepe and Reece Nelson pressed the other two centre-backs. Nelson scored the winner eventually through similar fashion when he pressed Alisson into a loose pass, which Lacazette intercepts and crosses it back to the youngster who finished nicely. To beat the press, Liverpool started to play with a back 3, with either Fabinho or Robertson dropping back. But when it was Robertson, which was most of the times, Arsenal's front 3 would press Klopp's back 3. And Torreira and Xhaka would mark Fabinho and Wijnaldum, and Nelson and Tierney marked Trent and Ox respectively. Liverpool were pressed effectively in the defensive zones and faced troubles progressing ahead. The first Arsenal goal came with yet another mistake, and this time by the captain Van Dijk. Under pressure from Pepe, Van Dijk passed back to Alisson, which Lacazette pounced upon and buried coolly. 2 defensive mistakes, 2 goals. Who said Liverpool were unbeatables? Arteta did a great job in keeping numerous Liverpool attacks at bay, but Liverpool were the ones to draw first blood. Cedric Soares pressed high up and Robertson found gap behind him, which he exploited and crossed in for Mane to finish at the 20th minute. But since then, Jurgen Klopp's team had a difficult time breaking Arsenal lines. Liverpool often went long to Salah, Firmino and Mane, with the back 4 attempting an average of 12 long balls in the game. Arsenal have been poor defensively throughout the season and nearly conceded another goal through Salah. But Tierney read most of the long balls and dropped deep to cover. Robertson was the player with the most passing attempts, followed by Van Dijk, but Arsenal had an answer for everything. Let's look at how Arteta set up his defenses. When Liverpool found it hard to progress in the middle, they used a double pivot of Wijnaldum and Fabinho. This gave Lacazette 2 players to mark. Firmino often dropped between the spaces to make it worse for Arsenal. This worked for a while as Liverpool managed to progress their way. Still, they lacked their cutting edge up front. This double pivot was countered by a 2-man press in the middle by Xhaka and Torreira, as Wijnaldum had to find spaces on the left between the spaces left by the fullbacks and the centre-backs. Arsenal build-up play was better than we have seen lately, since Liverpool pressed hard with their famous gegen-pressing, fullbacks tucked high, midfield compact. Martinez had to go long most of the times. This is evident by his 30 long balls to Alisson's 6. Arsenal's build-up play was interesting as the centre-backs and the goalkeeper interchanged position, which is a risky method in front of a team like Liverpool, but this worked effectively for Arteta. The goalkeeper teased the Liverpool's forwards with the ball and this created spaces for Tierney, Saka and Xhaka. Tierney went wide pulling Trent. Oxlade covered Xhaka. This gave the youngster Saka enough space to drop deep and run with the ball. Saka was doing a terrific job being that extra man in the midfield. Lacazette playing as a false 9 dropped deep, pulling his marker and allowing Pepe a run on the flanks. But this move needs more practice as Arsenal were often caught offside. Nelson also had a good game, making frequent runs behind the defense, and Liverpool had no answers. Arsenal's numerical superiority in the box helped them deal with multiple crosses by Trent, Robertson and Mane. Liverpool's inability to find a direct and central method and lack of creativity in the middle and too much reliance on the forward three is showing signs that they can be beaten with proper tactics. Klopp has to sort out this thing and their reliance on the forward three and find a way to be more creative through the middle. Praises should be given to Arteta for a brilliant setup and ruining Liverpool's 100-point record challenge. But that's all I know, guys. What do you think about the analysis? What do you think that Arsenal must do to improve? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Drop a like, smash that subscribe. I'll see you next time. Until then, as always, peace out.